I would like to call this village board meeting of Thursday, April 16th to order. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Trustee Schmidt?
Here.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Here.
Trustee Light?
Here.
Trustee Meritato?
Here.
Trustee Matrasco?
Here.
Trustee Viacon?
Here.
Madam Mayor Gianelli?
Here. Tonight, Addison Consolidated Dispatch Center, ACDC, will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Will you please join us? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd like to invite members of ACDC to come up and tell us a little bit about their organization, please, and introduce your team. This is especially significant community and organization because this happens to coincide with a very special time, which is the Telecommunicators Week, which is what we're happy to celebrate. So please introduce yourself.
Good evening, my name is Marilyn Hernandez. I am the director at ACDC, and with me today we have our DD, Eric, one of our operations managers for the afternoon shift, David Doby, midnight shift / day shift is Gracia Flores. We have Renee, who typically works midnights, Kyle, and Danielle.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I think what's really special, Chief was sharing with me before we got started today, was just how important the relationship is between us and your organization and the work that you all do every day. Chief, do you want to share a little bit about what you were sharing with me?
Yeah, the dispatchers are more of our family. So every first responder, fire department, police department, we hope that they're always there for us, and they are. They're our eyes, they're our ears. They show us, describe what we're going into, the scenes we're going into. And when we're alone out there, they're the ones that are listening to us and get the backup that we need, and they keep us calm. So phenomenal job. The best dispatch center that we can ever have is ACDC.
Outstanding, outstanding. Thank you so much, and we appreciate you being here, and we're so grateful for the partnership and the work that you do every day for our community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's have a photo. Thank you so much again for being here. We appreciate it.
Mayor, I think you have your third proclamation as well.
Oh,
right in
I
front of you.
do. Oh my goodness. If I may, I'd love to read this. For National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, whereas the men and women of the Addison Consolidated Dispatch Center, who serve as the public safety telecommunicators for the Village of Glendale Heights, are the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services. And whereas National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week was established in 1981 and is celebrated annually during the second week of April as a time to honor the contributions of the telecommunicators in communities across the United States. And whereas the Village of Glendale Heights recognizes the dedication, skill, and professionalism of these personnel whose prompt responses and decision-making directly contribute to the well-being and safety of our community. Now therefore, I, Rebecca Gianelli, President of the Village of Glendale Heights, do hereby proclaim the week of April 12th through 18th, 2026 to be National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our village and citizens safe. Thank you so very much. Of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, community, we now move on to petitions and communications. Trustee Viacon.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us here today. The ones that are here and also at home, Mine is very simple. Today, it's just I was able to attend the budget meeting, which was great. I want to thank the staff for putting it all together. And that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Matrasco.
Yeah, I was also the same, able to be part of the budget review. Amazing job by our team. And was able to reach out to a couple residents. I'm liking some of the people that are actually coming out and let me know about how things, good, bad, I don't care what it is, but it's good to be able to know that I can start helping and putting forth some effort.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor, Trustee Meritato.
Thank you. Last couple of weeks, 5 complaints. Had calls with the mayor. Had a budget meeting Tuesday, and we had a golf meeting Wednesday, which I'll add on the cow. Thank you.
Thank you. Clerk Darlin.
Hello all. This week I attended the trivia over at the senior center, which is excellent. We lost as usual, but it was a good time by all. I did the active shooters drill over at the hospital. It was between volunteers from Glendale Heights and Woodridge, and there was an active shooters drill, and that was absolutely outstanding. Next year, I know that we need more volunteers, Chief.
Yep.
And really, that was probably one of the best events. And tomorrow we have the volunteers breakfast over at the senior center. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Clerk. Trustee Schmidt.
Attended the golf committee meeting and the budget review meeting.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Siddiqui.
I don't have a report, but I want to share one news, shocking news, which I saw on the TV, which I want to share with you and want to give you some analysis of my own. All you had to do was pay us enough to live. There goes your inventory. On April 7, 2026, 29-year-old warehouse worker named Shamal Abdul Karim allegedly set fire to Kimberly-Clark Distribution Center in Ontario, California. The resulting damage is staggering. Over 500 million in lost inventory and several hundred millions more in structural damage. I'm not condoning or justify this destructive act, and I'm just trying to, when I saw that news, I said, what is the root cause for this kind of desperation is? So I did some of my search, and thanks to AI and ChatGPT, the results you will get in 5 minutes. So here's my research which I did, is that the cost of living gap, Kimberly-Clark is a multi-million-dollar entity behind household names like Huggies, Kleenex. However, take a look at the math reveals a systematic issue. Their average pay which they are paying to their warehouse worker in Ontario, California is between $19 and $28 an hour, averaging roughly around $46,000 to $47,000 annually. The reality, the person needs to maintain a basic standard life living in Ontario, California. A single person needs approximately $5,600 a month, meaning $67,200 a year. So this leaves a gap of roughly $20,000 per year between what the company pays and what is required for a worker to simply get by. So then I look at the corporate profitability versus the living wages. When we look at this financial health of the corporation, the argument that their annual revenue is $20.06 billion, their net profit is $2.55 billion. If Kimberly-Clark gives every one of its 38,000 employees $20,000 annual raise, it would cost the company $760 million. Even after such a raise and after that amount, the investment in their workforce, the company would still walk away with $1.8 billion in pure net profit. So I think the lesson which I get from here is that maybe now it's the time for America to stop glorifying greed, like we saw in the movie Wall Street, that greed is good. Grid is never been good. Grid won't be good. It won't even satisfy the appetite of these corporations or all these big corporations, because when you look at the common worker, how they are suffering and what the companies are making, the numbers are staggering. So that's something which I want to share. That's all I have. Thank you.
Trustee Light?
Forgot what I was doing. Yes, I did. I had coffee with the mayor and board. That was a great event. And then the budget. Fantastic job on the budget, everybody. It was a very, very, very good, well-presented budget. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hello, community. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. For those of you watching at home, really just have a couple of items to share. I want to just echo what my fellow colleagues have said about our time working with the staff to develop the budget that will be presented to you. Ultimately, this is not just an experience that takes a day or a week. This is months and months of preparation with experts. These are the experts in their spaces and their fields, and we're really thankful for all the work that you do. So to each of you, sincerely, and your teams, thank you so much. I also want to just mention I had the opportunity to meet with the DuPage mayors and managers at a business meeting this past week, and really the takeaway for me is the importance of us being aware of legislation that's being presented at the state level, while we really try to stay focused on what's happening right here in our own hometown. Being aware of potential House bills that are being proposed and what their impact will be here to us is critical. So together with the other mayors of DuPage County, it was a very enlightening experience for me just to hear more about that and really understand the importance of us as mayors and your elected body here, making sure that we communicate down to Springfield, to our state legislators, to the office of the governor, what their proposals, how it would impact us, present challenges or make life better. For me, this is important work, and it's something that I'm grateful to have the opportunity to do. Moving on to community announcements. Village Administrator Doug Flint.
Thank you, Mayor. Next coffee and chat with the village president and board will be Saturday, May 2nd, Linda Jackson Center for Senior Citizens from 10 a.m. to noon. If you're unable to attend and have any comments, suggestions, or questions for the village president or village board, please call the village president's office anytime, 630-909-5302, or contact your local district trustee.
Assistant Village Administrator Jenny Maltus.
The Glendale Heights Police Department, the Village of Glendale Heights, and the Kiwanis Club of Glendale Heights are proud to introduce the Raising Flags to New Heights program. As part of this fundraising initiative, village staff and volunteers will be installing 3-foot by 5-foot American flags at registered Glendale Heights addresses for 5 designated holidays: Memorial Day, Flag Day, Independence Day, Patriot Day, and Veterans Day. The annual fee is $50, with proceeds benefiting the Kiwanis Club of Glendale Heights and supporting the maintenance of the flags. If you have any questions or to register for the Raising Flags to New Heights program, please contact Tanya at 630-909-5459 or visit the village's website.
Thank you. Director of Community Development Jason Enberg.
With the spring season and warm temperatures in our near future, the Community Development Department would like to remind residents about proper lawn maintenance. Village code requires grass to be kept at a height of no more than 8 inches. Please be sure to regularly mow your lawn and keep weeds under control to maintain your property. For questions, contact the Community Development Department at 630-260-6030.
Thank you. Chief of Police George Pappas.
Thank you, Mayor. Residents are reminded to ride smart and ride safe when using e-bikes, gas bikes, and electric scooters in Glendale Heights. First, age requirements are strictly enforced, with riders needing to be at least 16 for bikes and 18 for scooters. Second, speed limits must be followed, with bikes capped at 20 miles per hour and scooters at 10 miles per hour. And finally, all riders must follow the rules of the road, including proper registration for bikes, obeying traffic laws, and prioritizing safety at all times. For a full breakdown of rules and regulations regarding e-bikes and electric bikes, please visit www.glendeleheights.org.
Thank you. Director of Leisure Services Keith Knauss.
Thank you, Mayor. Register today for the just announced Frankenmuth, Michigan senior trip. Join the Linda Jackson Center for Senior Citizens from July 5th through July 7th as we travel to historic Frankenmuth, featuring authentic German food, a tour at the Air Zoo Science Center, pretzel making, and a special Bavarian Belle boat ride. The cost for this trip is $470 per person for a double occupancy or $540 per person for a single occupancy. For more information or to register, please contact the Linda Jackson Center for Senior Citizens at 630-260-6050.
Do they need chaperones?
I will check on that for you.
Okay.
Oh, you and me both.
Yeah, right?
We're
Yeah.
discussing if
Okay.
you want to go.
She said we're not old enough.
I'll carpool.
Director of Public Works, Jeff McCumber.
Thank you, Mayor. During the months of April and May, parking restrictions will be in effect from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. due to street sweeping. Color-coded no parking signs are posted in 4 different zones throughout the village. Street parking is not allowed on Monday for the red zone, Tuesday for the blue zone, Wednesday for the green zone, and Friday for the brown zone. To find out your zone, visit the village's website. And for any questions on the street sweeping program, please contact Public Works at 630-260-6040.
Thank you. Human Resources Manager, Peter Cahill.
The Village of Glendale Heights is hiring. We are currently seeking dedicated and hardworking individuals for the positions of seasonal laborers, park rangers, school crossing guards, bartenders, public works interns, and several other seasonal positions. Join a team of dedicated professionals, build lasting friendships, and give back to the Glendale Heights community. Learn more and apply at www.glendaleheights.org.
Thank you. Purchasing Agent Darcy Garza.
Thank you, Mayor. Do you have any unwanted or old cell phones, retired U.S. flags, bikes, batteries, and other recyclables? Drop them off at the One Stop Reuse and Recycling Depot on Saturday, April 25th from 10 a.m. to noon. All items can be dropped off at the GH2O Aquatic Center parking lot located at 240 Civic Center Plaza. Document shredding will be available at the event with a limit of 4 boxes per vehicle. For more information or a complete list of accepted items, visit the village website www.glendaleheights.org or call 630-260-6000.
Thank you. Finance Director Andrea Cravens.
Thank you, Mayor. Senior citizens aged 65 or better are encouraged to apply for the Senior Citizen Utility Tax Grant Program, formerly known as the Senior Citizen Utility Rebate Program. Qualifying applicants will receive a $75 check as part of this program if they meet the following guidelines: age 65 or better on or before December 31st, 2025, or have a spouse who is age 65, lived in Glendale Heights for all of 2025 as either an owner or renter, have earned no more than $45,000 of gross income during 2025, and have utilities billed and paid in their name. Applications are being accepted now through April 30th. If you have any questions, please contact the Linda Jackson Center for Senior Citizens at 630-260-6050 or the Finance Department at 630-260-6000.
Thank you. Okay, we're moving on to item 3, a call for a public hearing on Thursday, May 7th, 2026 by the Mayor and the Board of Trustees for the purchase of receiving oral and written comments from the public concerning the annual appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2026 and ending April 30th, 2027. Board, I have a list of proclamations I'd like to share with you. A proclamation to proclaim April 22nd, 2026 as Earth Day. A proclamation to proclaim April 19th through 25th, 2026 as National Volunteer Week. A proclamation to proclaim April 24th, 2026 as Arbor Day. A proclamation to proclaim May 5th, 2026 as Crossing Guard Appreciation Day. A proclamation to proclaim May 3rd through May 9th, 2026 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week. And if there are no objections, I will sign these proclamations.
Go for it.
Thank you. We're going to move on to item number 9, Urban Forestry Management Plan Update and Arbor Day Tree City presentation. Inviting Keith Knauts and Vince Casada and Matt Frew.
All right, thank you, Mayor and Board, for this opportunity to do our annual Urban Forestry Management Update and as well as discuss Arbor Day 2026. A few highlights from 2025 include the Urban Forestry Management Plan update that the Tree Board did and the Trees Forever grant that we received earlier in the year that brought us over 100 trees. For those of you that don't remember, the Urban Forestry Management Plan was passed by this board in June of 2024. And that plan, which is over 100 pages, has all the different things that we need to know about trees and what we should be looking for in our tree inventory. We look at tree trends and a mix of species. We look at the way the trees boost our local ecosystem, and we have directions on how to take care of those trees.
This next slide is going to show some species composition. To the left is some species we're going to want to reduce, and we're reducing those is just because there's a higher percentage in the village. To the right are species we're going to add. What do you got there, Keith? Oh, thanks. In 2025, there are 8,376 trees across the village property, representing 118 different species. We're also going to review the UFMP plan for needed changes. We've planted 459 trees, and we've trimmed over 560 trees. In 2026, we're looking to add 325 new trees, reorganize the tree board, and continue a Hug a Tree program. The 2026 Hug a Tree program campaign launches on Arbor Day. As you can see, you find the QR code and you kind of give the tree a little hug, and then use the hashtag Hug a Tree and share your pictures with us. It's kind of a nice program. Village Glen Heights is proud to be the recipient of the Tree City USA Award for the 29th consecutive year. Some pictures of some kids over there, and me and Matt holding that flag. National Arbor Day Foundation Tree City Award. The award granted to communities who meet certain urban forestry maintenance criteria per capita in their jurisdiction. This program is designed to create consistent, measurable standards for urban forestry, while also celebrating the hard work done to support trees throughout the world. We're proud to announce the village has also received the Tree City Growth Award for the 11th year. This prestigious recognition is presented to communities that just go beyond the minimum Tree City USA standards. The Hug a Tree program and Trees Forever grant played a pretty big role in achieving this award, enhancing community engagement and promoting sustainable forestry. So pretty happy about that one. We have a different event. As you can see, we want to thank these organizations that are helping us do all this stuff. Scouts, District 16, 15. The programs we have are successful with these groups that are just constantly coming back and helping us. So just a huge thank you to all that are on here. And anybody can come and join on any one of these days if they'd like.
Wonderful.
All right. One of my favorite pictures. We had the scouts one day, and he said, "Can I stand in the hole?" So I was like, "Absolutely, you can stand
Yeah, get in there.
So, and these are Trees Forever grant planting pictures from Camera Park, and there's Gregory Parkway.
Oh, yeah.
Got some celebrities in that one to the right over there, Mike
Yeah,
Light and the
me and
mayor.
Trustee Light, we're in that picture, sir.
You guys helped in try to get. I think one of you two's got a shovel over there, but I can confirm you guys dug holes.
Yes.
So, all right.
That was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a good day.
It
was a good day.
was.
It was a lot of trees. I think we did, that group did like, what did we do, 15 or something like that? Yeah. I'm gonna hand it back over to Keith.
Awesome. Can I ask a quick question of Vince before he
Yep.
steps away?
Oh, boy, on the spot. Go ahead, Mary.
Vince, thank you so much for sharing all of this. I have to know, which of the trees have you hugged the most?
Okay, that is a good question.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
You know what? Yeah, it was a big oak tree, Doug.
Yeah, okay.
It was a very big oak tree. that I
I'd love
hugged
to
the
see
most.
that picture, and I'd love to see any photos you might have of you and your team. I'm
Maybe a
sure,
weeping willow.
I'm sure they spend a lot of time with our trees, as we know they do. So any pictures we have of you and your team giving out those hugs, we'd love to see it.
You know, Mayor, I think I might, it's not publicized, but I think I might have a picture I can send
Okay.
you. I know I got one of Matt, so
Oh,
I'll
good.
share this with you.
Okay, wonderful. Well,
You're
thank
gonna
you
love that
for
one.
thank you for loving our
Yeah.
trees and loving our town.
Thank you guys for supporting
Of
us, too,
course.
okay?
Thank you.
All right, it wouldn't be an annual Arbor Day presentation if it wasn't time for the Arbor Day fun facts. I know Trustee Light has his fun facts for the historic house. we have our tree fun facts.
We love them.
So this year's fun facts about trees are, although the first Arbor Day occurred in the US on April 10th, 1892, the oldest Arbor Day dates to 1594 in Spain. Trees can reduce urban temperatures by up to 10 degrees. So the more trees we have, the more we can adjust temperatures and maybe use less electricity during the summer. And Arbor Day is celebrated in only 49 of the states on the last Friday in April. But in Hawaii, Arbor Day is celebrated on the first Friday in November because it coincides with the start of the rainy season and is the best time for planting there.
Very
So,
interesting.
a few fun facts for Arbor Day. Again, we want to thank you for the opportunity to come before you today. Thank you to all the groups that are listed on here who have helped throughout the year for making a difference in our community and helping to our commitment to trees and getting more trees into the ground. We were at a spot many years ago after the Emerald Ash Borer, and we've really recovered quite greatly from that. So thank you to everybody that did that, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. We appreciate it. Okay, community, we're moving on to recognition of Donald J. Storino and the law firm of Storino, Ramillo, and Durkin for 45 years of service. Gentlemen, I'd like to ask you and your team that might be with us to join me.
Peter, that's you.
Peter, sir, we need you. Okay.
This is the time you should go.
Can't get rid of this.
So from the Office of the Mayor, Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, a proclamation for Donald J. Storino and the law firm of Storino, Ramillo, and Durkin. Whereas on April 21st, 1981, the law firm of La Sousa and Storino was appointed to serve as village counsel for the Village of Glendale Heights. And since May of 1981, Donald J. Storino has faithfully represented the village. And whereas in 1987, he founded the law firm of Storino, Ramillo, and Durkin, building a partnership that has endured and grown stronger over the past 45 years. And whereas throughout these decades, the attorneys of Storino, Ramillo, and Durkin have provided trusted legal counsel, steady guidance, and consistent support to the village, serving as a reliable partner through changes in leadership, growth, and progress. And whereas the firm's professionalism, integrity, and commitment to public service have helped shape and protect the Village of Glendale Heights, contributing to our identity as a proud and progressive village for all people. And whereas this milestone reflects not only legal expertise, but a deep sense of dedication, loyalty, and genuine investment in the well-being of the Glendale Heights community. And whereas the village board, staff, and residents wish to recognize and celebrate this extraordinary milestone and express their sincere appreciation for the firm's long-standing partnership. Now therefore I, Rebecca Ginelli, Village President of the Village of Glendale Heights, together with the entire village board and staff, do hereby recognize and extend our heartfelt appreciation to Donald J. Storino and the law firm of Storino, Ramillo, and Durkin for 45 years of exceptional service, and look forward to continuing this valued partnership in the years ahead. Congratulations. And thank you. They all said they were 10 years old when they started. Thank you so much. And we'd like to invite you to come over and have a piece of coffee and some coffee and cake. But also I do want to share, and I know Tracy's here, and Tracy and Nicole, and together with the administration, have been kind of helping us, and David, of course, to put together a small gesture of a token of our appreciation. So we also have something else to share. So this is a photo album of memories that we've had with your firm for the past 45 years. And it turns out you were 10 years old when you started, because a young Don, just fabulous. So we have, look at these, look at this.
Oh, wow.
So that's for you.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Sir, for you. Pete, for you, sir.
Does my book only have my pictures in it?
That's right, and for you, ma'am. Thank you so very much. Finally, I don't have the name of it in front of me, but in recognition of the long years of service and just the integrity, the work, the respect, and the dedication, we have submitted your firm for special recognition in the state of Illinois for outstanding legal representation. We won't have the outcome to the beginning of next year, but win or lose, we believe that you deserve recognition statewide for the work that you've done on behalf of us, this current board, but going back literally to the infancy of the village and all of the changes you've seen, all the work you've done. We wouldn't be where we are today had you not been here to help guide us and show us the way. So sincere thank you. I'll let you know if you win. Of course. Come on over. We'd love to have you.
We recess.
Can we get some picture with the board members?
Yeah, Mayor, we recess.
I'd like to call for a 10-minute recess. Do we need a motion?
Voice vote.
Voice vote?
Aye.
Thank you.
Good, recess.
Call us back to order. We're moving on to the state of the village. Good evening. It is truly an honor to welcome you to this year's State of the Village. Glendale Heights is a community built by its people. It's a place where cultures are celebrated, where neighbors show up for each other, and where the shared spirit continues to move us forward. Over the past year, we've made real progress, from new development and infrastructure improvements to the events and programs that bring people together. We are building momentum that strengthens both where we are today and where we are headed. As your mayor, I'm committed to making sure Glendale Heights is a place where everyone feels seen, valued, and connected. That means being responsive, being thoughtful, and making decisions that reflect what matters most to our residents. This year, we're doing things a little differently. Instead of a traditional address, I had the opportunity to sit down with each of our department heads for real conversations about the work happening across our village, where we've been, what we've accomplished, and where we're going next. What you'll see tonight is a snapshot of that work and the vision guiding us toward 2026 and beyond. It is my pleasure to share this year's State of the Village, beginning with Assistant Village Administrator Jenny Maltus as she talks about the foundation of our future through our strategic plan.
Hello, community. I'd like to introduce our Assistant Village Administrator, Jenny Maltus. Hello, Jenny.
Hello.
Thank you for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So you are the newest face to the Village of Glendale Heights as our new Assistant Village Administrator. Tell us a little bit about your visions for the Village of Glendale Heights.
Well, I'm really excited about the position and being here because the community has great bones and infrastructure to work with. There's a ton of great amenities like the sports hub, the aquatic center, Camera Park, all the different opportunities there are. The senior center is amazing, and so I'm really looking forward to working with that and taking things up to the next level and really making Glendale Heights, a destination for families.
Wonderful, thank you. And that's really important for us to remember when we anchor to our why, right? Anchoring to the reason we're here and who we serve. And it's those children, those families, those seniors. So thank you for that. So one of your goals is to update the village's strategic plan. Tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes happenings with the new strategic plan and what residents can expect moving forward.
So we are in process right now. We're at the end stages in terms of the plan. The plans included interviews with department heads, all the elected officials. You participated in that as well. And we also did a focus group with employees because we had done previously a survey of residents a couple years ago. So that information was fresh. So we already had that. And so then we recently, which you participated about a month ago, we had a Saturday afternoon workshop with the board and with Northern Illinois University's Center for Governmental Studies, who's working with us to put the plan together. And we now have, based on all of that feedback and that session that day, we have a really great framework of 5 strategic goals about where we want to be. And so during this process, we've also been working on the budget,
That's right.
the May 1 budget. And so I've been working with some of those draft goals and with the departments to align our goals and our budget to that document, so that, because we're having them kind of go at the same time. So the budget will be coming out soon, and when you see the budget, there's departmental goals listed that are tied back to the strategic plan, and the strategic plan goals are in there. So you'll start to see more of kind of where we're headed as an organization.
Excellent.
And how we're going to do it to get there.
Excellent. I like to think of a strategic plan as the steering wheel on your car, right?
Yes.
You couldn't drive the car without that steering wheel. So the strategic plan really does allow us to maintain a very focused energy on goals. And some of those goals are economic development and community development. Some of those goals are about professionalizing staff and really making sure that we here at the village are providing the very best experience for our community. So I'd like to hear a little bit about, since you brought up the budget, how does the strategic plan have a relationship with the budget?
So a lot of the initiatives that are in the strategic plan, everything costs money, right?
That's right.
I mean, if you want staff to spend a certain amount of time working on certain things, that, it costs funds. What a municipality does is it's a service level organization. So a lot of what we do is personnel heavy. And so
That's right.
it takes a lot of funds to do certain things because, we need human beings to do that work. So the budget helps to set out with the strategic plan, every year when we're going through the budget, all different departments and elected officials have different requests and things that they like to see money spent on. The strategic plan really anchors back to, okay, these are our 5 goals, and so let's fund the things that are related, tied to this, and not versus doing something that someone maybe has a good idea and it's a great idea and there's nothing wrong with it. It's not necessarily in line with the strategic direction.
That's
So a lot of the items in the first year of the plan are doing the comprehensive plan work and doing a master plan of how we want our community to look in the future. We need to go through that process and work with the community, and that's where we will have various points for the community to participate in the process. Right now we're targeting kind of our first public outreach for that to be during the fest this summer. And so people have an opportunity to say, hey, I've always wanted, what about this space or what about this area? And we can take all of that feedback to see what the community really wants, and then start laying out, our goals with that.
Thank you so much for spending time with me today and for
having
all
me.
the work that you're doing for our community.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, Jenny, for spending time talking about the strategic plan with us. Next up is our finance department and the conversation I got to have with our finance director, Andrea Cravens.
Hello, community. I'd like to introduce our Director of Finance, Andrea Cravens. Hello, Andrea.
Hello, Mayor.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for being here with us.
Of course.
So, Andrea, one of the most common questions we hear from residents is about taxes. Can you explain what the village's tax levy is and how it affects local tax bills?
Of course. So the village has 3 components to its property tax rate. And the first one is debt service, the second is police pension, and the third is our corporate levy. The debt service levy is what the principal and interest payments are for our general obligation bonds, which were issued in 2019. The second, our police pension, is determined by an actuary each year, and it's based on the village funding the police pension fund 100% over 20 years. At this time, we're over 67% funded, which is much better than many of our surrounding communities.
Okay.
And then the third portion is our corporate tax levy. And that one is a little bit more complex. I start by estimating what our revenues and expenses are going to be for the next fiscal year. And that difference is going to be our property tax support.
Okay.
Now, this support does not pay for salaries or employee benefits. It's used to pay for police operating, like 911 dispatch,
Okay.
to repair village facilities and parks,
Okay.
and the village's annual contribution for special needs recreation.
Okay, interesting. So can you tell me a little bit about what steps the village's finance department takes to help reduce financial pressures on residents?
Of course. So we are very sensitive to the needs of the residents and maintaining the line on our property tax levy. And since 2015, we've lowered the levy by half, from 13.995% to, as you know, 7.499% this coming year. And we've been able to do that by holding the line on our expenses and by diversifying our revenues. Two areas of revenues that have really grown over the last couple years are grants and investment income. Grants, we are set to receive about $2.7 million this year, and it goes right back into the community. It improves parks, sidewalks, streets, water mains, stuff like that.
Excellent.
And then investment income, just by investing our idle cash, has grown from $89,000 in 2021 to $2.4 million this year. So diversifying revenues definitely takes the pressure off the property tax levy.
Excellent, and that's fiscal responsibility.
It is.
In a nutshell. I love that. So Andrea, some residents may not realize that Glendale Heights does not have a separate park district, but instead operates a leisure services department. Why is that important for residents to understand?
Oh, sure. It's going to save residents a lot of money by ways of overhead costs. If you have a separate park district, you need your own finance department, your own maintenance department, administration, and that's paid for by a property tax levy. With the village's model, which is to have it all combined into one government, you save on all those internal service costs. So we share those services, and that saves the residents quite a bit of money.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Andrea. We're moving on to the conversation I was able to have with our police chief, George Pappas.
Hello, community. I'd like to introduce Village of Glendale Heights Police Chief George Pappas. Hello, Chief.
Hi, Mayor. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Thanks for being here today, and we can have a nice little conversation about what's going on in the police department and the village.
Wonderful. Thank you, and thank you for bringing my friend Benjamin.
Benjamin's always there. He's a big part of our community. I think he's the biggest celebrity that we have here.
It's the truth. He's an icon. So, Chief, the Glendale Heights Police Department has a team of 110 personnel. Can you walk us through the hiring process for new officers and share your overall vision for the department?
So what we like to do at our police department is we want our officers to be part of the community. More recently, in the last few years, we look for officers who have some sort of connection to the village of Glendale Heights. And what I have found is when you have officers that have that connection, they seem to want to do more with the community, and that's important. I know it's important for you. You grew up in town. I grew up in town, and that's that. Our core value is that they care about our community. So the process for being a police officer, it's a big, long process. There's a written test, and after the written test, you have to get a certain score. If you don't get a certain score, you don't make that list. Then you have to do an oral interview with 5 police commissioners who are appointed by the mayor. And after you pass that interview, then you have to go in to do a psychological exam and a polygraph, a lie detector, and then after that a medical. So there's a big process for getting in there. The most important thing, like I said, is that they care about our community.
100%, and I imagine that expectation of professionalism, that's going to come with all of the other expectations that you just set out, right? Between the testing, the interviewing, of course the education behind the requirements, but having that anchor to the community, that's not something that can be taught or that's learned in a classroom.
No.
So I completely agree, and that's something that, as you mentioned, we care deeply about, because when we anchor to the community, we're remembering our why.
Yes.
And that we keep them at the center of everything we do.
Yes,
So,
it's a huge part of it. You can't police a village or a town unless you actually care about it, and that's community policing. And community policing is the people who care and want to be there.
So one of the department's proudest accomplishments is its CALIA accreditation. Can you explain what that means and what goes into achieving it?
So the Commission for Accreditation for Law Enforcement, that's what CALIA stands for. That's all our policies and procedures. Glendale Heights, being a CALIA accredited organization, that is the gold standard throughout the country. That means that we have great policies that we are following, so we are fair to our community. We are making sure that we are not, there's no bias against anyone. That's what CALIA is all about. So when we meet that standard, that means that the Glendale Heights Police Department, the Village of Glendale Heights, is treating everybody correctly.
Outstanding. And that element of serving with equity, removing bias, and policies and procedures, they create this consistent and sustainable environment, right? So our community knows what they can expect from us. Our team knows what to expect from leadership. It's just a really beautiful way to make sure that every day we're showing up the very, very best that we can. So speaking of community policing, it's such an important part of modern law enforcement. I know we talked a little bit about why we feel like it's important, but what are some ways your officers actively engage with and build relationships in the community?
So in 2021, our officers did 421 foot patrols throughout the year. Last year, we did 3,300.
Wow.
So what our officers are doing is getting into the community. Now those are just foot patrols. That's getting out of the car, going to parks, going to the schools, going to the sports hub, going to the stores, going to neighborhoods, just walking down the street. That's important because that's the interaction. Now that's just regular patrol. Now put in other things. So look at, just today we have for the Polar Plunge. So a lot of the stuff that we do goes for other people. Special Olympics is dear to our hearts in law enforcement. Polar Plunge is part of that. Cop on a Rooftop is another huge part of that. During April, we were multicolor badge for autism awareness. So there's a lot of outreach that we do. This year, we introduced our cadet program, which is getting kids from our community, teaching them to be police officers, so they're vested in our community. That's a great part of community policing. And those kids love doing this, and I am proud to say that I think they will be great police officers for the Village of Glendale Heights.
But ultimately, seeing officers at play, engaged in the experiences that kids are familiar and comfortable with, all that does is remove a layer of barrier and add a new lens, right, of how we look at our officers, how they look at us, and how we feel that sense of belonging in that park, in that moment. It's super important.
Instead of being the police officer, they're part of the community.
Yes.
And that's the whole goal.
So we're seeing a growing need for mental health support in communities everywhere. What resources does the village and the police department offer for residents who may be experiencing a crisis or need assistance?
All of our officers who have the ability to do it are crisis intervention trained. So if there's somebody who has a mental health episode, those officers know how to react. More importantly, we have our NEDFIS program here, which is Northeast DuPage Youth and Family Services. We have 2 social workers who are on staff all the time for us. They do call outs, and with that, any domestic or mental health call that we go to as law enforcement, we refer them to NEDFIS. So they will follow up with them. Last year, we did about 900 referrals.
Wow.
So people are out there that need assistance, and our social workers are excellent, to the point where other agencies throughout DuPage County have followed our model for NEDFIS, and they're grabbing onto NEDFIS as well.
Well, Chief, thank you so much for spending time with me today and all the ways that you serve our community. To you and your team, we appreciate it.
Thank you, Chief, for spending time with me. Jason Enberg, our Director of Community Development, and our conversation is up next.
Hello, community. I'd like to introduce our new Community Development Director, Jason Engberg. Hello, Jason.
Hi.
Thanks for being here with us.
Love to be here.
So the Community Development Department is rolling out a new permit process system called Cloud Permit. Can you tell us what the system is and how it will improve the experience for residents, businesses, and contractors?
Yeah, so we're switching everything from paper to digital. It's a long-term process. We've contracted Cloud Permit. which is going to handle all our code enforcement, contract licensing, business licensing, and building permits. For the last year or so, we've been using it for code enforcement and licensing. So it makes it just a lot easier for people to go on, you create an account, and especially if you're a contractor that does a lot of work in town, you just have to go, renew. It's all done online. You get an email. There's no more talking to someone at the counter, taking time out of your day to come here, get a piece of paper, wait for it to, turn around and all that. So the building permits is what we're working on right now and standing that up. Our goal is this year to have all of our building permits able to be applied for online.
As we've talked about, not just in community development, but across the organization, all of us leaders have been looking for ways to improve access, right? Make things more efficient, remembering who our customer is, right? That it's our community, it's our residents, our businesses, our contractors. So providing that ease of access and meeting them where they are instead of them having to come here and be inserted into our process. Such an important body of work that you're doing. So in 2025, 32 new businesses opened in Glendale Heights. Why is attracting new business so important? And what is the village's long-term vision for economic development?
Well, obviously, business is important for a functioning economy and giving really residents options of things to do in town. From a financial standpoint, those tax dollars go to us, sales tax dollars. And from a different point of view, like the residents have places they know they can shop, get groceries, get clothes. We have a large industrial area as well. So when those become available, we definitely reach out to current businesses or we'll reach out to people in the region to see if they're interested in expanding, coming to town. We work with the State Economic Development Committee. We work with Choose DuPage, which is a county economic development committee, to try and attract and let them know what we have and they can use their resources to help bring people here. In terms of an overall economic development strategy, right now we're starting with business retention.
That's right.
We really want to focus on helping our businesses that have been here, that have decided to set up shop here without any incentive.
That's right.
And we want to make sure we're doing what we can for them. And, we're trying to go around, just walk in and say, hey, we're from community development. Don't know if you guys need anything. My name's Jason, and feel free to contact me. And they may give me I really need a grant for my roof, or we've been seeing an influx of this type of business. We need to, pivot to this, especially the outdoor dining around COVID. Those types of things, when you're in constant communication with your business community, makes it a lot easier for you to be flexible in helping them out.
So code enforcement can sometimes be a challenge for communities. What are some of the most common violations residents should be aware of to help avoid issues?
So for the most part, code enforcement is just keeping your property up to a certain standard, right? Its main purpose is, the exterior of the house. When you're driving through a neighborhood, that there's certain, standards we're upkeeping, right? So obviously with summer and spring coming up, grass and weeds are a big one. Once that grass starts growing, we have an 8-inch height maximum. We just give final warnings when those come out. So mowing your lawn, keeping up with that is always a really good idea. Garbage or refuse outside is also a big one. So leaving your garbage cans 2-3 days out in the street, or let's say you cleaned out your basement and you just put it all on the curb, but the garbage people didn't pick it, they're taken care of right away. We can avoid getting out there and bothering people.
Thank you. So I'd love to hear a little bit about tax increment financing, or TIF. This can be confusing for many people, and I know you just very recently, as of yesterday, taught me a lot about what a TIF district is. Can you explain what a TIF district is and what the future looks like for the East Army Trail TIF district?
Sure. So TIFs, to put it very broadly, are a business incentive for commercial businesses, typically commercial businesses. You can do residential, but mostly they're used as a way to drive development in areas that need improvement, public improvement. So what a TIF district does is it draws a boundary around some area, and basically when it's established, the assessed value of those properties, which is what you draw your property taxes from, is frozen at that level. You set that as your base, and then as properties are improved in that district, the value of property goes up, and then they're paying more taxes. So the difference between when it was set and the amount that goes up, That's called the increment. So all that money that's generated is kind of in a side pot that can only be used in that district. For the most part, what we're working on right now, the East Army Trail TIF, is going to cover most of the commercial business along Bloomingdale and Army Trail. With the whole point being we have some interested buyers and big development coming up there that could help generate so much increment early on that we could really have a nice, really nice fund to really help those businesses out. You can run programs that are grant programs for businesses using TIF dollars. You can help out if parking lots need to get redone or like they want to subdivide. Like there's so many things you can do, and then I think overall, coming in and setting a base for plans. Once we start doing a little more city planning and urban planning and long-term visions for that corridor, we'll already have the TIF in place, hopefully with increment, to get started, right away.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for spending time with us today. We appreciate it.
Community, we're moving on to our Public Works Department and the conversation I got to have with the director, Jeff McCumber.
Hello, community. I'd like to introduce the Public Works Director for the Village of Glendale Heights, Jeff McCumber. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Mayor. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for being here with me. So, Jeff, Public Works underwent some significant restructuring in 2025. Can you tell us what prompted those changes and how they've improved operations?
Sure. So what prompted the changes was Parks and Facilities is a similar kind of work set that Public Works has. They use a lot of the same equipment, share a lot of the same facilities, such like that. So for us to, I think, make things more efficient and operations run a little bit smoother, the idea was to have parks and facilities as part of Public Works. This way, tasks that maybe we're light on, I'll give you an example, would be like the tree lighting. Collaboratively, we get together, there's plenty of people, and Parks isn't stressed to get the work done. It's done more efficiently, in a more timely manner. So that's one example, I think, how bringing Parks and Facilities over helped us improve things in Public Works. As far as facilities goes, the same thing. We have guys now that can help with facility stuff, and vice versa. Facilities is closer with Public Works now, so I think it just helped improve efficiency.
So, love to talk to you a little bit about the in-house road program.
Okay.
It covered 18 streets this year. Can you talk about how that program works and how those projects were funded?
Sure. So our road program, what we'll do is we have a report done for the entire community. We come up with a 10-year road program. Before the budget starts, we go out, we select streets. We do that by a ranking system. We identify those streets. We'll get our pile of streets together, and then what happens is that's all funded with motor fuel tax funds, and then there's a village contribution from the general fund.
Okay.
And that money, we have a total of around $4.5 million we do for roads. And depending on the year, it gets us anywhere from probably 10 to 15 roads rehabilitated throughout the village.
Tell me a little bit about the long-term plan. I think I remember you teaching me that the road program is set to evaluate over a certain number of years. Is it 13, 15?
So right now, we decided to go with that funding level because our goal was to get the entire village road infrastructure rehabilitated on a 15-year cycle.
That's right, that's right.
And we are very close to that goal.
The wastewater treatment plant may see some major upgrades. Can you walk us through the long-term capital planning for that facility?
Sure. So every 5 to 6 years is recommended you do a facility plan.
Okay.
One of the outcomes of this most recent plan was the need to expand our plant.
Okay.
Due to some of the requirements with some of the mandates we had from the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency regarding nutrient removal.
Can you tell me a little bit about the facilities? If I remember correctly, you taught me that some of them are original buildings from the 70s. Is that accurate?
The one building in particular that will eventually get demolished is the foundations are from 1959.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's right.
some of those buildings are at their useful life, and it's time to kind of build new. And
Got it.
Start again and expand at the same time.
And mentioning the mandate from the EPA, what it's important for me and the elected officials to learn, and that you've been able to help teach us about, is something called an unfunded mandate. And when we have this ruling that we're responsible for, following the law with a mandate, but there's not necessarily money that goes along with that mandate, we really have to be resourceful. We have to look at all of our funding options, and really the clock is ticking on how long we have to, comply with that. Can you talk a little bit about that and what work that you and your team do and that we do collectively to look for funding?
Sure. So there's loan opportunities, which we have done for some of our mandates, which is a great resource. You cannot get, it's almost like getting free money. I mean, it's
The
a
low
1%
interest
interest rate, yes. Unfortunately, for some of the newer stuff, that money is kind of shriveling up because it's just, there's so many people that need funding.
Correct.
So we're not the
many
only
municipalities,
ones. So many
right?
municipalities, their wastewater treatment plants have the same issues that we're gonna have.
Sure.
So for the new project, the best thing you could do is look at, we've done the water and sewer rate thing. We've got a good environmental fund balance. There's other things you can look at with fees and things that may help fund things like that. Grant opportunities.
Exactly.
But that being said, there's the ideal would be a low interest loan if we could get one.
Several parks across Glendale Heights have seen exciting improvements. Can you highlight the recent upgrades at Camera Park, Americana Park, and the future plans for the Simons property?
So Camera Park had splash pad installed for the kids so they can run around in the summertime when it's nice out and the water's always going. That also included a park with a pour and play surface, permanent facilities out there for guests of the splash pad and the park to use. Americana Park is getting a new park that's not quite done yet. Construction of that should probably start within a month, I would say.
Okay.
And then the biggest park that will be constructed through this summer of 2026 will be Simon's property. Very large park, quarter-mile walking path, lighted path, large playground. So it'll be nice, but like I said, that should be done by fall of 2026.
We're really excited about that property and that park, and this is something that new for our village is having direct access to the Great Western Trail. So as part of the Simons property, park yet to be named, people will be able to have more of a pedestrian experience. They can bicycle, they can walk that path that you mentioned, this really generous, beautiful path, but then ultimately get right onto the Great Western Trail and complete their experience. So super excited about bringing that to the community.
It'll be exciting when it's done.
Excellent.
Be nice.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, for spending time with me. We are moving on to my conversation with Director of Leisure Services Department, Keith Knauts.
Hello, community. I'd like to introduce our Director of Leisure Services, Keith Knauts. Hello, Keith.
Hello, Mayor.
How are you?
I am very good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for being here with me today.
Absolutely.
So, Keith, can you tell us about some of the special events the department hosted in 2025 and share a few of the new events planned for 2026?
Sure. The Leisure Services Department has a lot of different events based on the different divisions between the Senior Center with kind of like monthly different themed events. The golf course has the Charity Classic as usual, and I'm sure we'll talk about that at a later point. And then there's the special events that are community-wide, starting in February with like the daddy-daughter and mother-son dances.
So popular.
All the way through the holidays with the Breakfast with Santa and Fest and car shows and everything in between.
Exactly.
In 2026, there are some great new events that are coming up that kick off. The first one is on May 23rd, excuse me, which is the Bike with the Mayor.
That's
so we're getting back into the Move with the Mayor campaign, and through your initiative and getting that going, and an opportunity for families to ride through town, a mile and a half, and kind of have a nice morning family day out. Seems like a great way to kick off the Move with the Mayor campaign. We also have planned coming up is the Unity Day. So that is a very big community event that's really going to focus on what Glendale Heights really is all about. Being able to get the community together and the different cultures that are a part of Glendale Heights in one spot on one day and showcase their events to the community should be a fantastic event. A lot of this information is still to come.
Yeah.
And I forgot about the last one, which is the 5K, which
That's
is
right.
kind of our initiative that goes in together with the Family Health and Safety Fair. And so we'll do that in early October. So,
I'm so
plenty to
excited.
do.
Just to add a exclamation point on what you said so beautifully about Unity Day. Unity Day is something that might remind some of our residents of international days from the
Yes.
past, but really holding space for the cultural diversity, celebrating the diversity, putting the unity in community. We're seeing an increase in programming, increase in numbers for recreation, and those numbers increased in all of the major youth sports, including the Glendale Heights Youth Baseball and Softball, basketball and soccer. Can you tell us a little bit about how those increases have come about, and how My First T-Ball, My First basketball programs have laid the groundwork for future increases?
Absolutely. Over the last 3 years, I'm proud to say that staff has been able to grow each program, baseball, soccer, basketball. In every session, the numbers have gone up year over year. But it's also getting the people back and just having them understand the importance of sports, teamwork, community, and all of that. So the My First T-Ball and My First Basketball were created to bring in the younger age children, the 3 and 4 and 5-year-olds, the younger kids, to give them that taste and to do it at an extremely affordable rate.
That's right.
Because the part of the issues today are people have a limited amount of money.
That's right.
And they're really trying to choose where to spend it. We want them to know that if they're getting their child involved in a sport, that the child wants to be involved in that sport.
So, talk to me a little bit about the Glendale Lakes Golf Club and how busy it was in 2025. Can you share some of the highlights, including overall golf numbers and some special events held at the club?
Sure. 2025 was a really good year for Glendale Lakes Golf Club. Over 27,000 rounds of golf were played. That's taking us up from numbers that were pre-COVID that had gotten down to the 20,000 range.
Yeah.
So golf has become a popular sport.
Very
It's kind of the
popular.
new in thing. And we're seeing a lot more younger people starting to take up the game, which is fantastic because it is a game that you can play forever. We do 2 major events every year in the spring and the fall. We have our Spring Fling that takes place in April. We have our Turkey Shoot that takes place in November. And then the Charity Classic, which will be taking place on August 26th. And I know you were a great help in that program that we put on there. We added a clinic for golfers that are just learning to golf, and I know that you participated last year, and I think
did.
you learned a whole bunch about golf.
I learned a ton, and really the Charity Golf Classic, when we think about special events, the goal there, anchoring back to our community, right? Remembering our why and how can we support the needs of our students, our seniors, our families, people who might have a hard time maybe covering the cost of a water bill. Where can we lean in? And so the Giving Glendale Heights Foundation was established, and we raise money for that and are able to give scholarships and help support various things from, I think, Christmas sharing to other opportunities to give back. Finally, the Linda Jackson Center for Senior Citizens is truly a hidden gem. Can you talk about the memberships at the center and the recent dedication and renaming of the facility in September of 25?
Sure. For those that haven't been to the Senior Center, it is one of the nicest in the state of Illinois, if not the nation. An opportunity for seniors to come get together and offers different programs, including arts and crafts. There's games, there's game rooms, there's a library, there's computers, there's constant activity in the community room, be it fitness classes or, as we talked about earlier, the special events that take place on a regular basis. So there's plenty of things to do, and the affordability of being a member at the Senior Center can't be beaten anywhere. So anybody that hasn't been there really should come by. The reason in September is that the village board chose to rename the center the Linda Jackson Center for Senior Citizens, named after former Mayor Jackson, who it was her kind of vision to have this opportunity for the community to have this facility, and to make sure the one thing that she stressed was that, you know what, it was the seniors, they need a place to go as well.
Well, Keith, thank you so much for spending time with me today and for all the ways that you are serving our community. We appreciate you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Of course.
Thank you, Keith. I loved spending time in the little preschool chairs in the preschool room. It smells delicious like glue and crayons. Okay, finally, we are moving on to my conversation with our village administrator, Doug Flint.
Hello, community. I'd like to introduce our village administrator for the Village of Glendale Heights, Doug Flint. Hello, Doug.
Afternoon, Mayor. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thanks for being here with us. So, Doug, the entire village board has a common goal of moving the village forward in a positive direction. Can you talk about the overall vision for the village and why it's important to balance growth with remembering our history?
We always have to remember where we started to where we're going to go and grow the village in a way that's respectful for the past, but moving us forward to what technology in the future is going to bring to the village. We never want to get away from the local feeling that we've always had as a community, but we need to continue to move forward in a direction to bring the residents the best value of the future for the dollars that they're paying.
Yeah, absolutely. And that kind of common goal, right? The question was the common goal of moving the village forward in a positive direction. Positive looks like access to resources. It looks like access to services. It looks like access to experiences, right? So when we think about the role of the village and all of that, and you having such a deep knowledge of the history for all your years of service, what are you seeing that, you know, maybe is exciting about the changes you're seeing and the future that you're seeing that kind of coming into the horizon?
The upgrading of our infrastructure and parks to the community, the upgrading of our special events that we have planned for this coming year, and really getting the community more involved with the committees that we've just formed, with the Capital Vision Committee and the Ordinance Committee, to really get more residents involved in local government, and to be a little bit more transparent with how we interact with our residents, to really show them how government works. Our new Citizens Academy is going to be a great benefit to the residents on all things government. They'll get to tour all of the facilities. They'll get to see the water treatment plant, the police department, and have one-on-ones with all the directors and staff to really learn how government works.
Yeah, I love that. So speaking of the staff and the teamwork and all the work that goes into, you know, operations, teamwork between staff and residents is always key. How does the village engage with the community, and why is engagement so important for our growth?
Well, without the community, we don't have a direction.
Very good.
And we need to know what the community wants to see from us as their representatives of their tax dollars to really bring to them and meet the needs that they have, right? And you're seeing the improvements in streets, you're seeing the improvements in water mains being put in every year, you're seeing improvements in the parks, you're seeing a new park going in where a park never existed, you're seeing the upgrading of our athletic fields, we're listening to the survey that was done 3 years ago on what was important to the residents.
Yeah.
And we're bringing that survey to them in every budget to meet the needs that they expect from us and what they put into the survey.
So I'd love to hear just your final thoughts on, as you look at the future, knowing that we got something called the comprehensive plan, the strategic plan, the budget, right? When we think about the work that we do here at the village on behalf of the residents, how do all those things kind of come together to create kind of the landscape and synergies between those?
We're updating the comprehensive plan in this upcoming budget, updating the parks plan in this upcoming budget.
Yeah.
Strategic plans in the process of being upgraded. And the residents, through these two processes, with the comprehensive and parks plan, are going to have a lot of opportunity to have input
Yes.
into where they want to see the future of Glendale Heights,
Yeah.
especially from a parks perspective. And what do they want to see from our parks? What parks want to be upgraded?
Yeah.
What do they want to see when it comes to bicycle and pedestrian paths and making the village more walkable? From the comprehensive plan, more about zoning and land use, but how do we best use the limited space that we have?
That's right, yeah. And it's exciting to think about the concept of, could we have a downtown come to Glendale Heights? In the future, it might not be tomorrow or in the next year, but doing the work now to align our finances, our land use, our zoning, our comprehensive plan, our parks plans, all of that is thoughtful work that we're doing.
And if we don't have those plans in place, when the opportunity comes, we're not going to be prepared.
That's right.
But we're going to be prepared when those opportunities come up because we're going to have these plans in place.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us
Thank
today.
you.
Appreciate
It's been
it. Thanks.
Thank you, Doug. As we wrap up tonight's State of the Village, I want to take a moment to say thank you. First, our department heads, thank you for your leadership, your commitment, and the work you do every single day to serve this community. You turn ideas into action, and it shows. To our village board, Clerk Darlin, Trustee Schmidt, Trustee Siddiqui, Trustee Light, Deputy Mayor and Trustee Meritato, Trustee Matrasco, and Trustee Biacan, thank you for your partnership and for representing our residents with care and intention. I also want to take a moment to recognize our entire village team. I know that it's a long list, but it's a list worth repeating, so I hope that you'll bear with me. But I want to say a special thank you to the work that our custodial and facilities staff do, to Parks, Human Resources, Administration, Information Systems, Public Relations, Community Development, Finance, our recreation teams, and our preschool staff, our entire Senior Center team, the Glendale Lakes Golf Club, the Streets and Fleets Division, and Water and Sewer, our team at the wastewater treatment plant, our police department, including our records team, support operations, investigations, and patrol officers, our community service officers, ESDA, and so many others, along with our committee and commission members who work behind the scenes. You are the reason things get done. To our volunteers, thank you for giving your time and energy. You help make this community feel alive and connected. And finally, to our residents, thank you. Thank you for your trust, for staying engaged, and caring about this community the way that you do. You are the heart of Glendale Heights. We have more work ahead, but we're doing it together. And I'm confident in where we're going, because at the end of the day, this is home. We are Glendale Heights. So the entirety of the State of the Village can be found on our website. The video that you just watched from our YouTube channel will also be posted, as well as the actual written language that goes along with the video that answers questions that we didn't even get to cover in the time that we have. So thank you for your patience in hearing us out. It meant a lot for us to really have a chance to have a conversation, not just with each other, but with you as the community, so you can hear the work that's happening. If you have questions, if you have thoughts or feedback, please let us know. But again, ultimately, thank you so much. Moving on to public discussion of agenda items. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address this board on an agenda item only? You have the consent agenda before you. Would Village Administrator Doug Flint please read the consent agenda?
Thank you, Mayor. 1, approval of the regular board meeting minutes of April 2nd, 2026. 2, approval of the committee of the whole meeting minutes of April 2nd, 2026. 3, approval of the special village board meeting minutes of April 7th, 2026. 4, approval of the April 10th, 2026 payroll and accounts payable listing of April 16th, 2026. Total amount, $2,894,367.74. 5, a resolution authorizing the issuance of a notice of award and authorizing the execution of a contract for the North Brandon Drive median installation project, Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. 6, a resolution to accept the proposal and authorize the execution of agreement with Voda Incorporated for software for the village's Public Works Department. 7, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of engagement letter for professional actuarial reporting services by and between Lauterbach and Amen LLP in the Village of Glendale Heights. 8, a resolution expressing official intent regarding certain expenditures to be reimbursed from the Special Tax Allocation Fund for and from proceeds of an obligation issued, if any, in connection with the proposed tax increment financing district commonly described as the Army Trail Road Bloomingdale Corridor redevelopment project. 9, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of the third amendment to the debris removal contract by and between S. Schroeder Trucking Incorporated, FNA Marcotte Enterprises, and the Village of Glendale Heights. 10, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of a contract for the purchase and installation of flooring for the Glendale Lakes Golf Course Clubhouse. 11, a motion to approve a Scrivener's error and amend FY 2026-2027 non-union pay plan. 12, approval of consent.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Trustee Siddiqui, or excuse me, Schmidt?
Second.
Any discussion, board? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Consent agenda is approved. Old business, there is none. New business. Item 1, a motion to waive first reading on new business items 2 through 5. Is there a motion to waive first reading on new business items 2 through 5? Trustee Matrasco?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Meritato. Any discussion, board? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Motion to waive first reading on new business items 2 through 5 is approved. Item 2, an ordinance approving and adopting an amendment to the Village of Glendale Heights 2019 Comprehensive Plan Future Land Use Map from the 4/2/26 COW. First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2026-28. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-28?
Still move.
Thank you, Trustee Viacon.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Matrasco. Any discussion, board? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Ordinance 2026-28 is approved. Item 3, an ordinance authorizing the sale of surplus personal property owned by the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2026-29. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-29? Trustee Light?
So moved.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Matrasco. Any discussion, board? Is this the tractor?
No,
It's not the tractor.
Tractor sold.
it's police
Oh, the
department.
tractor
This
sold.
is,
Yeah.
this is police department equipment.
Got it. Thank you. Any other discussion, board? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Ordinance 2026-29 is approved. An ordinance to rename the Village of Glendale Heights Leisure Services Department to the Glendale Heights Parks and Recreation Department and to amend various related village code sections of the Village Code of the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2026-30. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-30? Trustee Meritato?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, trustees. Any discussion, board? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Ordinance 2026-30 is approved. Item 5, an ordinance to waive bid, accept the proposal of Ron Lehman, DBA, Quality Concerts, and authorize the execution of a producer entertainment agreement for the 2026 Glendale Heights Fest First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2026-31. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-31?
So moved.
Thank you, trustee Siddiqui.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Schmidt. Any discussion, board? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui? Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes. Ordinance 2026-31 is approved. Going on to public discussion of agenda items. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address this board on an agenda item only? Yes, sir.
Ed Pope, Wayne Avenue. They're both easy though, so don't look so terrified.
We're ready.
I just had a question on for the carpeting that you're gonna get, you use that, is it called Seawell?
For the golf course?
Yeah. Is that what it's called, Doug?
Sourcewell.
Sourcewell.
Sourcewell?
Yes.
Did you guys look at all though, like, we have a carpet company right here in town, I like when you keep the money in in the village.
So we went to bid.
Or is the Sourcewell just, I know it's a great deal.
Well, we went to bid and got bids. And then the bids came in way over our budget. And Sourcewell beat all the bids, essentially. And we limited the scope of the project too a little bit. But we went to bid and all the bids came in over budget.
Okay.
So the companies that were in Glendale Heights didn't bid. But the bids we got were over budget, and we went to an alternate route, which was going through our Sourcewell provider, which is kind of state bid contracting. And then we found a company that is also Sourcewell provided, right, state bid pricing. So we got best pricing on carpet and best pricing on labor.
Well, I mean, best price is what you need, but I just didn't know if it was open to, like Trend and, the other village companies, if they had an opportunity.
We have used the local company for many projects in town, especially repairs. And small projects that we didn't have to go out to bid on, we called them and they've come in and done actually a lot of work for the village.
And then, just one more question. The Ron Lemon concert thing, how come that never goes out for bid? It seems like it's using a single source provider every year. I mean, is there a reason why we don't? I mean, they do a good job. That's not the question. The point is just that there's a lot of music companies out there, and we always have the same one for over 20 years now.
I think there's something to be said about relationship and, making sure that who we partner with is going to help us have the best outcome. I know, I'm certain, and I would defer to the experts that we followed the policy and procedure when it comes to, how that's awarded. But from my level, going out to bid is valuable, and I know there's criteria that we have to follow. But ultimately, if there's a provider that's not just meeting expectations, but exceeding them, and that we have that long-standing relationship with, as long as we're within the parameters of whatever the criteria are, which again, I would defer to our experts. I'm sure Keith or Doug, would you have a different answer than what I'm giving?
No, and the contract that we are under is a 3-year contract. This is the last year of that contract, so we'll be re-looking at that next year.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks, Keith. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. If there's no other public comment, executive session, there is none. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank
Second.
you. Thank you, trustees. All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Trustee Light, you have the committee of the whole meeting.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to call the committee of the whole meeting for April 16, 2026 to order. Ms. Clerk, could you please note who's present?
Noted.
Thank you. Does anyone have any additions or deletions?
I think I do.
You're already on the agenda.
You're on.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Trustee
Yeah.
Light, though, I know this is what you like to do sometimes, because we have, I think, high school kids or college kids here.
Oh.
Find out maybe where they're from.
Yeah, actually, that is a very good question. Would you guys like to please come to the podium?
Come on up, guys.
Come on up. Yeah, you guys.
Come on over.
I want to hear
Come up,
all
Nabil.
about your story. Could you give your name, maybe what school you go to, and what you're here for?
Hi, I'm Zayan Beknelker. I'm a student in Glenbard North. I'm here for civic engagement for AP Government.
Wonderful.
Very good.
You learn anything tonight?
Yeah.
What was that?
How this board meeting goes ahead and like what agenda items are covered.
Okay.
Very good.
Hi, my name is Nabil. I go to college at DuPage. I'm a former worker here for the village. I used to work for Keith. I used to work for Matt as well. And what I'm pursuing is education, going into physical ed, getting my special ed endorsement, also getting my health and driver's ed endorsement, and getting my master's into counseling.
Wonderful.
Excellent, very ambitious.
Hi, I'm Hafsa Alam. I'm a student at Glenbard West. I'm also here for an AP government assignment. It's like our political activity assignment where we either had to interview an elected official or attend a meeting, and then basically have to write a paper on that tonight.
Well, you got a great start then, didn't you? You guys, all of you guys, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. If there's any questions or anything afterwards, please feel free to reach out to either one of us.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Did you hear, she's writing a paper yet tonight.
Yeah.
We need to wrap it up so she can go write
Yeah.
a paper.
Mayor, you wanna do a 10-second thing on your junior committees?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, yeah, that's
please
actually
do.
a really great point. Thank you, Doug. So, for you, thank you for joining us, but also for your classmates, we have a new opportunity now for students to become a part of our committees and commissions. We now have junior committee members on several of our committees. We're gonna be opening up the application process. So whether you're in high school or in college, we really want to open up the space and bring in the young voices so you can tell us, you can help us understand what's important to you, how we govern, making sure the decisions we make, that your voice is heard in those decisions. So if you're interested, we would love to have you, but more information to come on our website. But junior committee members is new for 2026 and open to residents of Glendale Heights. You don't have to be a student at any particular school, but just a student that lives in Glendale Heights. Thanks, Doug, and thank you all for being here.
Sounds great, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck, guys. Thank you very much. All right.
Trustee, I don't know, this renaming, is that me?
Yeah, we'll get that. You got your committee reports first, yes.
Okay,
Oh, you got
so
something
I
extra
do have
besides that?
something else then.
Okay.
Oh, you do have something
I
else?
do have
Okay,
something
please.
else. Can we add Unity Day?
Unity Day?
Unity Day. But also Unity Today.
Okay. All right, we'll add that under. All right, committee reports, Glendale Lakes Golf Club Committee.
Yes, I do have a report, Mike.
Thank you.
We did have a meeting Tuesday, and we are getting new carpeting. Superintendent's got a new piece of equipment coming. And what we did is, Spring Fling is Saturday and Sunday this week. And we're sold out both days. So that's great. And from January till now, we had 2,400 golfers play so far this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we are 700, let me see, 779 golfers I had last year.
Wow.
At this time. So, yeah, we're really starting to cook at the golf course now, so that's good. That's a good thing. That's all I got, Mike.
That's it? Okay. My turn, Historical Committee. Of course I do. We had some time spent in the Historic House. We are slowly working through and whittling through all of our archives of photographs. I have a box, an entire box that I really might need Jeff help on this one because it's all treatment plant. And we're not too sure. We have pictures of pipes that look like might be treatment plant. They could be, they could be anywhere, but I think they're all treatment plant. I have a massive box of police photos, some very old photos and a lot of fun. So I think you might like to look through some of these. Also, I do have kind of an update. I'm working with the Glen Ellen Masonic Lodge to co-host our July 15th concert in the park, which will be at the Historic House. We will have an open house on that day also. So we'll have the concert and the open house, and it'll all be put together on July 15th. So I think it'll be fantastic. I'm looking forward to that. You get a long history of 250 years, which we will be celebrating, and the beginning of it all. Also, I have here, which is kind of fitting for tonight, is a comprehensive plan for the Village of Glendale Heights, updated March 1983. So it's really interesting to look at this and understand where we came from, how closely it was not followed in certain areas, and how they projected the growth at that point by 2020, it's all written in here by hand, to be at 39,000 people.
Wow.
Very accurate back from 1982. Consider in 1959, we started with 104 residents. So that grew really quick to the 1970 at 11,404. So it's grown quite a bit. If anyone would like to take a look at this, I have this. It's really funny to see how the property that was once the golf course is not here on this plan. It doesn't exist. Neither do the houses on that side of President. So it's an interesting read. So if somebody would like to see it, let me know afterwards. I'll lend it out to you. You'll have to fill out a report when you're done.
Where did you get it?
It's at the Historic House. It's part of what I've been going through and finding different bits and pieces that are just archived. I have a lot for community development. It's boxes and boxes and boxes of properties, information tagged for each property. Basic size of house, everything, and I think it's from when the houses were sold, before microfiche, before everything came out. It's all paper copies. So it's really interesting. So that might take a week or two to go through. All right, we'll go on to the next one, the Ordinance Committee.
Ordinance Committee, there will be a meeting on April 30th.
April 30th, all right.
That's it?
Okay, Parks and Recreation Committee.
No new report.
No report. Property Enhancement Committee.
Next meeting is on the 22nd of April.
Okay. And Senior Citizen Advisory Committee.
Next meeting will be the 22nd of April.
And last one, Capital Vision Committee.
No report.
No report. All right. We'll move on to discussion regarding renaming of the sports hub. Who wants to take this?
I think I'm gonna kick us off. Trustee, is that okay?
You look at me for it.
I didn't want to steal your, I didn't want to.
You're the mayor.
Thank you, sir, for that reminder.
Wow.
So I think for the public, we've already voted on this tonight. But I think it was just important for us that we make sure that the public understands this decision, where it came from, and kind of where we're going in the future with, when we think about who we are and our identity. From what I understand from past, the decision to change the name to Leisure Services, back when that decision was made, it was, with a lens towards, what are the various ways that we as a community come together, and really what we know for today, and really for the industry. Traditionally, calling it the Recreation Department is just a great thing to anchor to. So renaming it, again, this is just a chance for us to get back to what was really important before, and that's making sure that our parks and recreation go hand in hand. It's not about which division really reports to which director. It's about two critical components, right? How we serve our seniors, how we serve our children, how we serve our families and our community, and the spaces that they do that work in, that the parks and our facilities. So the renaming was really just a chance for us to kind of anchor back to what we know was working. Did I miss anything, board? Anything you want to add?
No.
Well, I mean, do you want to keep it the sports hub? Do you want to make it the hub? Do you want to make it
Thank you.
some other?
So thank you for that. So ultimately, as we talk about renaming the department, one of the things that, an idea that was brought forward was what the work that we do at the sports hub in that space it's not just sports, right? We gather there for a lot of different reasons. We have our children's programming there, everything from preschool to before and after school, as well as other types of activities. But really calling it what it really is, which is a hub, a gathering space for our community. The ask here board is the concept, dropping the word sports and calling it the hub. And really giving a nod to being the center of, kind of the center of our recreation department. That's the conversation that I was hoping that we could have. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'll raise my own hand. Actually, I kind of like the idea. It does have value there. It is a hub for many different activities. It's always been. I'll be honest, it'll be really hard to drop that sports off for me because I've called it the sports hub for as long as it's been in existence. But I do believe that, upcoming rebranding and the ideas that we're trying to, project, I think that might be a good direction.
So just hub?
The hub.
The hub.
The hub. It's kind of looks like an empty thing, just hub. Maybe something we have to add with the hub. What it would
Glendale Heights Hub, or something.
Community hub.
Community hub, something that we can replace the very large letters on the side of the building that say sports on it. Because it says the sports hub on the side of the building, like in the big block letters. So that's just one thing that we have to figure out when we do name change.
I think that we can take some time to come up with what's really going to be, the right choice. We can kind of marinate in it, have some conversations. We're doing to your point, the rebranding coming next year. We're doing more within the Heights, a hub in the Heights. There's all kinds of opportunities for us to anchor back to who we are and our identity. This is just one option. I would love to hear your feedback on
The
it.
Glendale Heights Hub.
Yeah.
I mean, we have plenty of time to figure that out.
Are we creating a Willis Tower here?
No.
No? Well, I'm just saying, it's been the sports hub for how many years, and now we're gonna rename it. That's all I'm saying.
You can, Kim, we can all still refer to it however, and some of that takes time, right? But ultimately, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Trustee Meritato.
Yeah.
Maybe you should, the hub, Glendale Heights Hub.
Yeah.
I mean, I go with that. I go with the hub myself. But I mean, like you said, we got that big sports hub.
Yeah.
Glendale Heights Hub. I mean, that works. for
How
me.
about we ask the community?
Yeah, we could do that.
Why don't
too.
we take a poll from the community? Not right now,
we
but
could do
something
it,
where
but
we
could
can maybe a
definitely do
vote.
survey.
And that certainly can be part of maybe the Parks Master Plan.
Yeah, I like that.
As the questions that go out to the residents
Sure.
when we do the master plan, of what do you think of
Sure.
that?
Well,
I mean,
I'm tying it into the rebranding, and that's the important part we need to focus
Yeah.
on, because it's going to be the future. So, Trustee Matrasco.
so just to get more community involvement, what about we put out saying who can come up with best name, maybe a design,
Contest.
run an award,
And a contest.
absolutely.
Contest.
Yeah.
So that might be something to be able to start drawing more. That'll also help with getting everybody into the
Engaged.
heights and everything.
I like
I
it.
mean,
We did a village sticker contest, and it's actually in the historic house displayed
Yeah.
quite nicely too. So, and that person won that year, so.
we have some pretty creative people that can come up with some great ideas around here.
So maybe a school contest, like in giving it to the school kids?
Yeah.
Come up
Yeah.
with
That's an
something?
idea too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
It's an idea too.
Just
Trustee
a
Light-
thought, just a thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trustee Light, I think that Ed wanted to offer a comment on this. Would that happen now or would that happen during public comment?
No, if you'd like to comment on it now, please do.
No, this gentleman would like
Oh.
to. I'm asking if that's okay or do
I
you
get-
want
I
to
just,
go at
I just
public
wanted to give you
comment?
guys a tiny little bit of input. When we rebuilt that building, when we put, the big reconstruction into
Yeah.
it, C. Sullivan and I, and a bunch of other members, I think Pat was in on it too back then, we really struggled with that, because CEAS wanted it just to be called The Hub. We weren't even gonna order where it said sports. And everyone was so dramatically torn on it that we did put it out to like a survey.
Interesting.
And it was I'm not trying to sway you, but it was overwhelming that people wanted it to still be called the Sports Hub. I understand the branding part that we do a few more things, but those things, we've been doing those same things for 40 years.
Yeah.
And the residents said, kind of like what Kim was saying, like Willis Tower-ish, is that, you know, you could change the name to whatever it's gonna be, but they kept saying, well, I'm always gonna call it the Sports Hub. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just something to think about, because we did think about that, those big letters, you know, where it says sports and hub, they were really expensive, and we were trying to,
When was it? When you have this?
how long did we do it?
20 years
About
ago?
15 years ago?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed, so people have some new ideas, and let's try the new
Well,
ideas.
Well, I say black, you say white. I'm just saying that, you know, it was put out to the residents, and
Yeah.
it was overwhelming, that, so we ended up spending the extra money and going with the words that said sports.
Got
So
it.
just wanted you guys to know that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good idea.
Well, it was on the agenda today, and we discussed it at the trivia game. And that's where the idea of the Willis came up. Why are they discussing that? We have other things to worry on. And they said, we're always gonna call it the Sports Hub. That came from trivia today.
Got it.
Okay, thank you. Any other comment on this? All right, no other comment. We'll move on to other,
So
unity.
what are the consensus? What are we doing?
Oh,
Right now, nothing.
it's just.
Right, this is
yeah,
just conversation.
Just conversation.
And this
Yeah.
is to, as we start the park master plan and we start the other plans that we're doing, to add that question into that conversation that our consultants at some point will have with the residents.
Yeah.
So future. All right, good conversation though. We'll go on to other then. Unity Day.
Yes, I wanted to give an update on the work that we're doing to plan to bring a Unity Day event to the Village of Glendale Heights. So together with Keith, and I know Doug has been involved, working with some of our community partners. The goal with Unity Day, again, I know we talked about it in that State of the Village, but really it's in the same channel as the International Day used to be here in Glendale Heights, but to kind of bring that back and celebrate the food, the culture, the art, the dance, the spoken language of the many cultures, race, ethnicities, and languages represented here in the Village of Glendale Heights. So we now have a date board for you. This is gonna be August 15th. 9th, thank you, a Sunday. And what's important about that is it was incredibly important for us to make sure that we're being good stewards of your money and sharing resources. That same weekend, Monarch Butterfly Fest and Pakistani Day will be held in Camera Park. So we'll already have a lot of our resources there in terms of equipment, in terms of staff. So we wanted to make sure that we were sharing that cost. And so we'll be celebrating two important cultural celebrations earlier in that weekend, but really that whole weekend is going to be about cultural diversity, concluding with our Unity event on Sunday. So what this means now moving forward, now that we have a date, we can really start to put the plans in motion. So what we're going to be looking for, and we'll be sharing more details, but looking for volunteers, people who maybe have experience or who want to come and help celebrate their own unique race, ethnicity, culture. So whichever various background that you feel like you represent, we're going to be looking for volunteers to help us put this plan together. So these volunteers, together with the work of our staff, our parks department, our public relations, our recreation department, will be coming together, but with the help of volunteers who can give us some key information, right? So we're looking for people everywhere from, and I'd hate to start a list, but whether Filipino, from our Pakistani community, from our German community, like the list goes on. If you would like to volunteer and help us truly represent your culture, we would love to have you join us. Any questions, Board?
Can you also describe like how they can contact you? What would be the
Sure.
idea?
Well, we're going to put out more information on our website, but ultimately we're gonna be asked that you reach out. So I think it could be as simple as an email. It could be, I don't know that we're gonna have necessarily a formal application process, but more details to come. I just wanted to announce it here to the board first to keep you informed because we have the date. Now that we have the date, all the other pieces can be put into place. But it started with that date.
Okay.
From there, we'll make sure that we share.
So we have Friday, we have Monarch Butterfly,
Yes.
Saturday Pakistan, and then Sunday.
Unity Day,
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Will they be also participating in our Unity Day?
Yes,
Okay, very good.
they will be.
All right. Is that it?
That's it.
Awesome. All right, is there anyone in the public that would like to address this board?
I would. Peter, do you want me to go down there?
Are you asking a question as a community member?
I'm not
Yeah,
asking
you know
a
what?
question.
You know what?
I'm gonna give Jason props.
Go to the, go to the.
No, we can just go. You don't need to.
You thought I forgot you, Jason, didn't you?
No, we go to the back. I should have said the thing. That was my fault. My fault.
Kim Darling, Greenbrier Drive. I am part of the Civic Center class. And the Civic Center class is something new that we have in Glendale Heights.
Oh, Civic Academy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Chief, do not take offense to this, but I've attended the police academy, which is outstanding, and you know that. But last night, Mr. Jason did the community development section, and we played trivia all night. And we learned, as you all know, that Glendale Heights has never met a permit that they do not like, and he explained all of our permits to us in game form, and we all had a riot. Your mother had a riot. Did you guys have?
It was a blast.
And Sharon? Yeah, it honestly was. I wanted to shout that out to you, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bravo, Jason.
Is there anyone else in the public that would like, we have a contestant. Are you playing trivia tonight?
Good job, Clark.
Could you please state your name and?
Okay, name's Ken Robinson from Glendale Heights. I agree with Ed. To rename this Ward's Hub, the lettering on that would be a significant cost to the village. With what we spend on that, you could probably support the whole baseball or the new soccer. There's other areas that money could be spent in more sufficiently, I think, as far as to help the community, to drop the cost for these kids to join in these sports. So that needs to be under consideration also. I mean, unless you're gonna take off sports and just put Hub up there, that's it, But if you put up the Glendale Heights community, there's a lot of letters. Yeah, so that needs to be considered.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else in the public that would like to address this board? Being none, adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Meeting's over.
everyone. Good night.